It's another gorgeous day here in Cannes, and we are still at the Cannes Film Festival. Welcome to my world. Welcome to Silver Screen. The Silver Screen 2015 Cannes Special was made possible by the National Film and Video Foundation. All photographs on the French Riviera were taken with a Huawei Mate 7. And it's back to the French Riviera. We head onto the Crousette. But before we head into the nuts and bolts of the business side of the Cannes Film Festival, we thought it appropriate to tease you all with a little tour of our destination first. While the Cannes Film Festival is one of the major attractions for the city of Cannes, we'll see populations swelling to the size of around 250,000 people. This is from a population of about 70,000. Another interesting fact when it comes to the pull factor of tourism here is that 40% of the population here is made up of foreign visitors. One of the things that I do love about Cannes is the cafe culture. At every corner you'll most definitely find a bistro, a pizza place, and of course authentic French cuisine. Now, apart from the fabulousness that you get to taste when it comes to the food part of Cannes, there's also this unbelievably beautiful architecture and of course high fashion. Mentioning just a few names, they've got Dolce & Gabbana, Dior, Versace, and this is just a normal walk from one place to another. You can understand why people associate Cannes with fabulosity and people that are extremely well dressed. People here really do have a good appreciation for good fashion. So it only makes sense that we would be seeing these types of boutiques that are open everywhere. I can tell you though, everybody definitely puts their best foot forward when they step out. And putting your best foot forward comes at a cost. These fashion boutiques aren't cheap and they're charging in euros. Well, I did say this place does have high fashion, and this is one of the stores that you'll be familiar with, Louis Vuitton. Not sure that it's within my price range, but a girl can dream. Maybe I should be getting paid just a little bit more. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. With my reality firmly in check, we head down to the Crousette, where most of the tourists gather. Lined with film studios, names, movie posters adorning most of the major hotels, this is a film fan's dream come true. This place is called La Crousette. This is the boulevard where all the action happens. Later on during the day, you won't be able to get through. There's huge police presence, limousines and very fancy cars pulling up and delivering the stars to the red carpet event. It's around 10 o'clock in the morning, which explains why we are able to make our way through here. But I can tell you later on, it's all about glitz and glam. There aren't any stars here, but I can tell you it's still a hive of activity. People walking up and down, taking pictures behind this red carpet. Later on in the day, you will see it star-studded, and you will not be able to get in here at all. This is where the stars come for their photo opportunity before there's a press conference or after. And a lot of the times you'll see a lot of media here, and of course the stars putting their best foot forward and taking those pictures and smiling and waving for the camera. This is the marina. Now, speaking to the different stakeholders inside the film market, there have been varying opinions about the market. They've been saying that this is a very difficult time and really that there is no money to be made. But the picture behind me suggests something very different. On top of these yachts, there are film companies' names, so somebody is paying for this. So as you can see, there is money to be made in the film industry. You just need a good business plan. And the NAVF has a great business plan when it comes to marketing local content. We headed off to one of the many screening rooms at the Palais of the NAVF's presentation of locally slated films, both completed and in development.
Basically, as part of our program at Cannes, we do put together a show reel where we showcase various products, various movies in different formats that then South African filmmakers have an opportunity to put in the distribution market, to find a distributor and sign up deals to distribute the films.
South African filmmaking is coming into its own. Stories so compelling you can't look away. Talent that delivers on an international level. It's time to shine the spotlight on South Africa. The National Film and Video Foundation has been working to build South African cinema for the past 14 years. In 2015, we can confidently say that South African filmmaking is making its mark on the global industry. With the amount of quality work produced, the global recognition of South African talent, and a treasure of yet untapped stories, it is little wonder that the globe has turned its head in our direction. We're ready to bring South African stories from our streets to the world.
It was very interesting how the audience was responding to the different movies. And I'm hoping that then the producers then will be getting together with either financiers or sales distributors or sales agents and distributors then to make sure that they can, conclude their deals to get their movies distributed. We have a two approach to it. Firstly, we use the database that we get through the Cannes Film Festival, which is an online database, and we invite various financiers, sales agents to come to the screenings. And then secondly, also we then want the producers and the directors of these films themselves to promote and encourage people to come to the showcase.
It was an amazing showcase. Two of my projects was in there, the Parletones documentary and Stone Cold Jane Austen. I would love to sell it in other countries as well. I've had a lot of inquiries because their fan base stretch over Germany, UK, States, etc.
Now, one of the responses that we want to put in place as the NAVF is to assist film producers, is to assist script writers, is to assist the actors and the talent. We are also making sure that before we even leave South Africa to attend these film festivals, we are also then taking the filmmakers through a boot camp situation where we can really give them the tools of how to market their products once they get here. Because it's quite intimidating to be in Cannes. It's a huge festival, but then we're hoping that over time they will be able to transfer skills and help film producers to market their films.
I'm on the beach outside the South African Pavilion in this beautiful JJ Schoeman dress. It is a tough job to be me. Cocktail parties at the beach when the sun is setting. Inside we do have powerful stakeholders in the film industry. I'm talking directors, producers, actors, actresses, and of course, as always, we are interested in drilling deeper into the business of film. And two of those stakeholders are actress-producer Anel Alexander and local actor Nico Panaggio.
I'm here to come and explore the possibilities and the potential the festival offers for filmmakers. I'm a budding filmmaker myself, very much learning the craft and rubbing shoulders with the right people, So it's an incredible eye-opener coming here, seeing what everyone else is doing, seeing what the trends are out there, and trying to South Africanize them or get ideas for South Africanizing them.
I am a Cannes virgin and it's just been spectacular. It feels like you're walking inside a movie all of the time, and it's like the movies and even better. And I was so incredibly lucky. On arrival, I managed to secure a ticket for the red carpet premiere of Mad Max Fury Road with our Charlize. And I had the opportunity to walk the red carpet in real, I want to say, Hollywood / Francais style.
She looked like she belonged there, I might add. She really did, yeah.
Well, some people have told me I look like Carly Saron, which means Charlize Theron. So I don't think I look like her, but I at least followed in her footsteps last night, and it was spectacular. Oh, it's completely overwhelming. There's thousands of sales agents and distributors and producers and directors, and you don't know where to start. It does sometimes feel like we come from deep dark Africa. And
you can waste a lot of time as well chasing up the wrong things. So it's incredibly important to know where to go, what to do, specific to your project. There's a lot of different projects going on. You might have certain needs and you're chasing up all the wrong things because there's so much going on here. So if you don't know how to tailor make the experience you need out of Cannes, you're gonna waste a lot of time and money.
South Africa is such a small part of the filmmaking and film-going public compared to what happens internationally, and population-wise. I mean, this is next level. We have nothing that compares to it. We're creating a star system in South Africa. We've got soapy stars, and I think the movie stars are starting to happen. But I mean, we've got singers that are stars, soap opera stars, and some sports stars, and that's about it. Nothing compared to what is happening here. And I think it's something we need to work on in order so that people will go watch our films, go watch the local films, so that when they're standing in front of a poster with Tom Cruise on it or Nicco Panaggio on it, they'll choose the Nicco Panaggio film because he's a star.
I also love the fact that we've been throwing things at screen and watching what falls and what sticks, because it teaches us. Every one of us is learning from everyone else making a project, and instead of breaking each other down, be critical in a constructive manner and in a positive manner. Go, okay, that worked, that didn't work. Thank heavens I could see this film before I make mine, because I won't do that. And then the other person learns from the others. And what we're doing is we're building an industry that can compete globally.
We've got amazing locations. We really have talent on and off screen. We've got amazing rebate systems. There is help from the government to help us make films. We need good scripts now, and we need to start making better films. We need to get better, and we're practicing, all of us, where it's like we're like athletes, you know. You can't expect to win the Olympics the first time you're running the 100 meters. We're all getting better at our craft, but I think there's a portion of the market that is ready for those films, and they're hungry for different genres. But unfortunately, our film-going audience is so tiny, and it's such a tiny percentage of that market that is ready, or that would go see that film or pay money for that film. That we have to start looking for other audiences abroad, which is why we have to start making films, South African films, that can travel. The Afrikaans audience, the South African audience, they're loyal, but they're tiny, and it's an audience that's not really going to grow. So as filmmakers, we have to start finding other avenues for our products to make it worthwhile on a financial level, on an experience level, and also we need to start pushing the boundaries a bit, and that's really what we are trying to do with Sync now. It is an Afrikaans film, but it's an Afrikaans film that we're really hoping will sell as a foreign film that can stand with any other foreign drama anywhere in the world. I'm making Sync now for completely different reasons. I know it's not a commercial film. My aim with it is to make a South African film, an Afrikaans film that can travel. That is my aim with it.
That's why you come to markets like these, to see what are the trends and what are the others doing. What can we do that appeals to a global market, but that has our flavor. And then so from our streets to the world becomes something you can really do.
Welcome back. You're still watching the coverage of the 68th Annual Cannes Film Festival right here in France. I'm Dumisho Greater. Filmmaking, as we've come to realize with more people we chat to, is about business as much as it is creativity. You have to approach film like you would any other business proposition. Talent also needs to be nurtured, and someone who truly understands this is Vuyo Sokupa, heading up AVF Production and Development. Tell us about these 5 individuals that you brought here in terms of the criteria. Why were they so special that they were selected to come here?
Well, the marketing department actually just handles the selection of the filmmakers that come under the AVF delegation. So what normally happens is we do send out a call and filmmakers apply and they want to be part of the program. So what we do is we then evaluate it, and what do you want to do at the program? You know, we want to see if you've already got a plan in mind. Yes, sometimes you may not have been here before, but it's an opportunity and a platform that you've always wanted to activate in. But we want to see that, do you have an understanding of what the Cannes Film Festival is all about? What opportunities there are for you? Do you have a plan so that at least, even if you don't win, every single thing that you want to, but at least you had some kind of an idea.
In terms of development, what do you think are some of the skills that are lacking? Because this is what you'd be looking to develop.
We have a directors program which will be rolling out next year, where we want to focus in on really just focusing on key directors and bringing in more directors into the industry. We have writing programs, from Spark to Masters, so we already have these programs in place and we want people to be part of it.
In terms of your mandate and what you need to do, what has been the biggest challenge for you?
Geez, and I'm saying it's the business of film, getting everybody to understand that actually film is a business.
What I've learned in Cannes over the years is that, build a relationship, form strategic partnerships. If you're looking for funding, it's not easy to just come to somebody and ask for funding and them giving you funding, So if you're gonna meet 100 people a day and they're all pitching to you, chances of you giving any of them anything are quite slim. So what you do is it's over a time. You need to have a strategy for a couple of years. Like I've got a 5-year plan where I'm working at it each and every year and implementing it. And the first year is worse than the second year. Second year is much warmer. People are much warmer towards you and they're willing to listen to what you have to say. But there's a lot that we've learned, and one of the main things that we've learned is that when we start doing our content, we need to think globally.
The role of the NAVF is to create a platform for the industry to be able to maximize upon. It is not the NAVF that actually puts the deals together. It is not the NAVF that makes sure that there is a great product to sell to the international world. That lies solely in the hands of the industry. So it is very important for the industry to always take on that responsibility. But certainly the NAVF creates a platform, and in creating the platform we've seen some filmmakers making maximum use of that platform and being able to come to Cannes and really network, but beyond networking, actually signing deals, because they have a product that is actually sellable. They have a product that they can market to the rest of the world.
Two such filmmakers are the producer and director of Last Ones Out, a South African zombie film seeking worldwide distribution.
Hey, my name is Howard James Farley. I'm a writer-director of a film called Last Ones Out. It's Africa's first zombie movie, and we're representing that here at Cannes Film Festival.
Hey guys, I'm Greg Crick. I'm the lead actor as well as the co-producer of Last Ones Out. And I'm working with this crazy guy to see if we can get our movie sold and distributed worldwide. Well, in terms of getting onto Last Ones Out and my involvement, Howard and I have been creating projects for a while. We did a couple of short films, and we've been collaborating, and to be honest, we've been friends for a while as well. And we had a window period last year, just between season, where we're like, wait a minute, we've got a lot of available cast, great talent behind the camera, let's do this thing. And Howard had been working on the project for about a year, and we were like, if we don't do it now, then we're not going to do it. And that was the heart of the whole project, is that sometimes you don't need an invitation to go out and make a movie. And that was the ethos of what we did. We said, what do we have? What do we need to do, and what can we do it with? And we used literally what we had in our hands.
I've always wanted to be making films that are genre movies, and there's not a lot of that in Africa, specifically South Africa. Most guys kind of stick to to the comedy or the rom-com or drama, but I've wanted to make like sci-fis and zombies and actions and this kind of stuff, and funding for that is very, very rare and very scarce. So at the end of the day, like, where there's a will, there really is a way. That was our motto when we were making this film. The whole process took like about a year and a bit. From the beginning of last year, I started writing scripts, and I was actually literally running around trying to get finance for these other scripts. None of them worked, so I just kept on like reinventing the wheel until finally we ended up writing a zombie film. And that one, we got a little bit of cash from some private investors, some kind of angel investors. We ended up literally asking for favors, putting in cash of ourselves, finding deals, a lot of trade exchanges. And the thing is, you have to be resourceful in this industry.
You are in the middle of nowhere. Do you think you can get to the convoy by yourself?
The number you have reached is not in service at this time, and there is no
Do it. It's a practical, pragmatic industry. You pick up your camera, you write, you use what you got, and if you understand that it's a team sport, that's a thing. And just kudos to Howard, just as a director. You know, his ability to lead the team was epic. Why the zombie genre? Well, we thought, guys, we want to do a project that can export and travel well overseas, and that was it. You know, we looked at the trends at the time. At that time, Ebola was quite current, and we thought, wait a minute, Ebola virus mutation, zombie apocalypse in Africa, killer cast, an American lead. You know, it's got universal elements to it, which we're hoping will travel well. And yeah, I mean, Cannes so far has been such a tremendous success. We're blown away at the feedback that we've already received from distributors and sales agents, and just from those who've been responding to the trailer back home in South Africa. Last One's Out is more than just a zombie movie. You've got all the elements that you've been waiting for. You've got suspense. You've got an interpretation of a zombie that you've never seen on screen, and we can say that. You've got all the epic locations of Africa, and you've got a kick-ass cast. What more do you want?
What do you have lined up in the pipeline?
Finishing the last season of the game. We got 10 episodes left that start airing throughout the summer, and then I'm producing my first film. It's a movie called Lemonade. It's myself, Marissa Tomei, Hannah Simone, who's on the show, The New Girl.
Where are you looking? I mean, where are you trying to export your products to, and you know, how are you going to make sure that this is a production or product that's going to be seen?
Right. I mean, I think I think it always starts with writing, and then getting the best talent you can on board, and that's, I think, in both in front and behind the camera, above and below the line, whether it's in a producer, director, writers, or your actual cast. You know, you get the best that you can possibly get and what makes sense for your budget. And I think we're at a place where a lot of filmmakers are starting to realize that having these blown up budgets, they put you in a deep hole.
But with blown up budgets come big premieres, and Matteo Garonne's Tale of Tales is a large-scale fantasy film starring Salma Hayek and Vincent Cassel, making its debut at Cannes this year. Silver Screen popped into the press conference to listen to Salma Hayek's amusing recollection of shooting this epic festival-ready film.
It doesn't go where the fairy tales and fables usually go. It goes to very unique places, and it goes in a very unique way. And so the challenge was, you understand the character, you understand everything, and then you enter this world that is already bizarre, but now you have to enter his head. And as an actress, I'd like to guess what they're gonna think, and please, you know, I'm gonna, but you could never guess what he was gonna think. And it was a wonderful experience because you had to be completely vulnerable and available in every way, emotionally and physically, because a lot of the scenes were very physically challenging. It doesn't look like it. But Massimo here, please get up, Massimo. Say hello to the crowd. He never made me a dress that weighted less than 30 kilos. So when Matteo wanted to go around and around the labyrinth, and he would get on top and say, okay, now come to this room, it's right here. But I had to walk for 45 minutes on the big dress to get to where he wanted me.
Then when you tried to jump.
And then at some point I was so exhausted, and he said, look at the light. No, we have to do the close-up again because now it's after 8 or 9 hours. And we're all sweating. And come here, just to this side. I said, Matteo, it's 45 minutes. I won't make it, the light will change. But jump. And so I actually tried to jump, but the dress was so heavy that I got stuck. They couldn't bring the crane to pull me up. He was standing right next to me where I am laying flat because the dress has like wire. I don't know what it has, but you cannot bend. And he's saying, somebody pick her up, somebody pick her up. And it's like 3 guys, it was so humiliating. And Massimo is screaming. I'm like dying there, and he's screaming, the dress, the dress. And Matteo was screaming, the light, hurry up. And finally, they got me to the other side, so it was challenging every day, but exciting and fascinating.
We hit the red carpet again, which was once again a glittering affair of stars gnashing their pearly whites for the paparazzi. Hayek looked incredible in a metallic-styled gown as she walked the carpet with her fellow cast members. Only in Cannes, ladies and gents, only in Cannes. Well, that's all we have time for this week, but join us again next week as we explore the Cannes film market, which is where movie deals are made and dreams are peddled. See you next time. Screen 2015 Cannes Special was made possible by the National Film and Video Foundation.